Speaking of elephants, do you think we'll see any elephants in Dune?
No.
No?
No. But good segue.
Yeah. I was thinking like maybe they bring in like a space elephant, an olifant, or even
no. They
a
don't
mammoth?
mention it in the book, so it's not going to be there.
I feel like there's too much sand. The elephants would have to have like a giant,
Yeah, there's quite a lot of sand for an elephant.
Yeah.
Wait, elephants can't do sand?
They can't even sweat. We just talked about how they couldn't sweat.
They live in arid parts of Africa and in jungles of India, but they don't live in like Saharias, if you will.
I will. But so speaking of Dune, you got some news you'd like to share?
I was going through stuff and I saw a poster that I really liked.
It was fan made.
It is not for the next movie.
It's for part 2.
It's for this movie.
It's
it was
fan made.
No, it's by a company called Mondo, and they make posters for people for nerds.
Yeah.
They make toys, they make gifts, all kinds of stuff. Very professional looking.
Fan made.
It's a company. It's a company that does this for professionally. And they made this poster, which I thought, I was looking at it, I was like, wow, this is just a good poster. And it got me hyped. It got me hyped for the next movie.
Yeah.
So I went around, started looking up what information do we have. And the information's kind of sparse, but we've got a few different things.
I don't want to derail from the Dune train.
You shouldn't, in fact.
I'm going to, but then we're going to go right back. We're going to go right back to Dune. I can't look at Timothée Chalamet without thinking of him being a cannibal at this point because of the movie he's about to come out with.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Dune.
So you're saying you're not hyped for Dune Part 2 because of the cannibalism?
What about...
I am, but every time I look at Timothy, I'm like, he's going to eat me.
What's the name of that film?
Bones and something.
Bones and All?
Bones and All. What about Anthony...
Hopkins?
He played Hannibal Lecter.
Well, but...
He also played...
He'll eat your liver with a side of fava bean.
He also will freaking whip your ass with a mask on.
I watched Zorro.
Face.
I watched Zorro, and I grew up with Zorro, and then I watched that movie. So, like, I'm thinking, he's going to eat me, but he's also going to scratch a Z in the wall.
Yeah, so you imprinted on a different movie. Yeah. Understandable.
Wait, this was your Timothée Chalamet imprintation?
Well, I'm not imprinting like a freaking vampire or a werewolf, but yeah.
Okay.
So the first piece of news, and I don't know how you set up these slides, so just hit the next slide or whatever slide you got. So Zendaya fairly recently posted this photo from Abu Dhabi, which is one of the filming locations. And she says, I know I've been quiet, but I'm here just working as usual. Anyway, sending love from Arrakis. So this is one of the locations they've been filming. And it is
mysterious Instagram.
It is very pretty out there in the desert. Yeah. That's a beautiful sunset. But it's cool to know
They're on production.
They're out there filming. That guy.
And 27 seconds ago.
Well, I don't know when
I know. But they're out there
especially when this podcast comes out, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
So it's been a minute. But also, Timothée Chalamet has talked briefly about working with the new actors and actresses on set. Just that they're all really professional, great actors, and just it's been a great experience.
Yes.
Who was it recently? Javier Bardem, is that his name? I didn't ask you to get a slide from him, but he plays like the leader of the Fremen in the movie. He comes in and he spits at the Duke as a sign of respect.
Wait, a sign of respect?
Yeah, because they value water more than anything else.
Yeah.
So he said when he was working on the first one that it was like an incredible experience. Super professional, and enjoyable.
Yeah.
Just
he's been in a lot of good movies.
He's been in a lot of good stuff. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
But most notably was the recent news about Austin Butler.
Yes.
So I was going to ask you to get a slide because he's going to be playing Fade Rotha.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you guys know anything about Dune, Fade Rotha is one of the nephews of Baron Harkonnen. He is, brought in to help Raban, and he's oh, there you go. Just grab that picture of Sting right there.
This one?
The one in the blue
Here?
panties. No, not that one.
The blue panties.
Right
here?
there. Yeah, there we go.
Blue panties.
Played by Sting. Back in the...
And
So
he's
He's scrawny, kind of.
Yeah, but that's
I
Sting.
know. I could see Austin Butler playing this. It is going to be a little bit difficult, for like Timothy to be fighting and stuff, and then hear Austin be over in the corner and be like, "Thank you very much."
So they fight. So in the book, Paul Atreides fights Fade Rotha in the end. Mm-hmm. They have a knife fight, which is a big part of the book. Fade's an important character. And so it's going to be interesting to see Austin Butler play this guy. I think it's good casting. See, I thought Skarsgård. I thought Bill Skarsgård.
I didn't think of that until I saw this post, and then I thought Skarsgård would be.
I was thinking the same. I was like,
this.
Well, how do we know? We haven't seen Butler do Fade yet.
I believe Butler will do it.
You're just a Skarsgård fanboy. You're just a fan of them piercing eyes. The slightly off-kilter piercing eyes.
Austin can do a lot, but
they look kind of similar, don't they?
His dad is
Baron Harkonnen.
Unibrow.
Yeah, I have one of those too.
All you gotta do is pluck, pluck.
Yeah, so you're also real close to that picture. So I thought this was the obvious casting because Baron Harkonnen is played by Stellan Skarsgård. But
alas,
Austin Butler, I think, is a good choice as well. And he had some recent comments about working on the film.
Did he?
He said, so he just seems like a very genuinely sweet guy, and maybe a bit of a nerd as well.
Okay.
He said going on set was one of those surreal moments.
Okay.
It's like, he said it's like walking on the set of Indiana Jones, and to be part of a production like this and a story like this is just super awesome and amazing. Stuff like that is what he was saying. The surreal part.
Yes.
Super surreal is what he was saying. And he really respects Denis Villeneuve and everything he's done. So I think, he's going to bring a good performance. We saw the kind of performance he could bring to Elvis.
Yeah, which is his heart and soul.
His heart and soul. I think he can bring just a stellar performance to this role.
I believe it. And the thing is, I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt unless they don't deserve it.
Yeah.
He's clearly earned
the
benefit of the
his
doubt.
acting.
He's definitely earned it. No, I don't know much about the Dune story. I've not read the book, but I think as what I've seen of the first one, he'll fit in.
Okay, so I got a good question.
Okay,
if we got Paul Atreides and Fade, aka Austin Butler and Timothée Chalamet, going after it, who are the women gonna vote for? Because all the women like both of these men.
Yeah, very true.
Like who are they gonna vote for? They're gonna be like, be friends.
Be friends.
Kiss, maybe.
Kiss.
Kiss.
So I feel like there's a third person in the running here.
Who? The Baron?
Raban?
No, there's not a third person.
So the other casting news that we've heard is for the Imperial family. And John Mark brought up a point about what, the way that Hollywood race and gender swaps, and they've done it in Dune with Liet Kynes. But he said they so far of the Imperials that they've shown us, of the Imperial court, they've been dark-skinned, traditionally like African-looking people, right? So the guy that comes from the imperial court, this guy, and Liet Kynes,
this guy,
who is also from the imperial court, he thought that they were following a trend that the imperial court was going to be of African descent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So he thought, Princess Irulan is going to be played by, I don't know, Lupita Nyong'o, which would be incredible casting, and the Emperor is going to be played by
Idris
Elba or Keith David or somebody with who's big and tall with a lot of gravitas, right?
Yeah.
And I thought if you're race swapping, right?
Yeah.
That would be incredible casting.
Ooh,
I don't know about Keith David, honestly.
I think he would bring. He's got the voice.
No,
he's got a comical voice. He plays the president in Rick and Morty.
He plays.
He plays a lot of comical roles, but he's
100% male Marines.
He plays a lot of voice actors. I mean,
listen here, Rick.
No, he voices a lot in. He's a big voice actor. But
he's also
you say that.
A big man.
So good.
He's tall. He's got a deep voice. I think he would have played the Emperor well. And then
Burton Guster.
And the crest and everything of the Imperials is lion themed. So, Africa, the home of lions. I thought it would.
What's his name?
Keith David.
Is this lion?
We don't get enough.
Is this that?
He does not get enough. Praise Keith David, because it's his voice. He plays in some.
He's a great actor.
He's so good.
Is this their name? House
Corino?
Yeah. Is that the emperor? The empire?
Yeah, the emperor's name is Shaddam, and which I also thought Arabian, perhaps, for Shaddam.
Oh,
yeah. But it seems like the casting that they went with for Princess Irulan was Florence Pugh, and for the Emperor, Chris Walken. I would have chosen Idris Elba or Keith David.
This is confirmed.
Wait,
I don't know if Walken is confirmed, but Florence Pugh is confirmed.
Wait, for real? Chris Walken's gonna play the Emperor?
House Atreides. We got to get them on Arrakis.
Oh, no.
Because they're a threat to my empire.
No.
Oh, wait, you're saying that Chris Walken has been confirmed as the Emperor?
I didn't say he was confirmed.
No, he was not confirmed.
Hold up.
I said it was news that I saw potential. I don't know if he's confirmed. You can look it up.
I've never been.
Look, it says it right there below the photo. Christopher Walken to play Emperor Shaddam the Fourth in Dune 2.
Okay, I've never been upset with Walkens.
Mm-hmm.
Walkens, I think, is a different person.
Chris Walken.
Walken. What's the name? I've never been upset with him. I've never been upset with anything he's been in. Mm-hmm. He's been so good, but not Dune.
Yeah. So
what?
So.
Who is the other person?
Florence Pugh.
Mr. Pugh.
Florence Pugh. Another big actress in Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
Been in a lot of stuff. She's great. She's a good actor. And I believe she's a great cast for the princess in the traditional writing of the book.
If you're going to make
as a white character.
Empire family
white. Sure.
Which they probably should have made him black.
They should have made him black. It would have been... It
would have made more sense.
It would have made a lot of sense. It would have been great, for Hollywood does a lot of this for representation, but
that would have just been good for the story.
That would have been just good casting.
Yeah. Not having to represent at all.
I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
We got 3 new big names added to the roster.
Potentially 3 big for sure. Austin Butler,
Florence Pugh, Chris Walken.
Florence Pugh's fine. Chris Walken, I don't know.
I
don't know about that.
So the issue I had before the movie came out, the first one, was I was like, we got Oscar Isaac, we got Timothy Chalamet, we've got Zendaya. I was like, all of these big names, all of these huge names. I was like, this seems like, get the biggest actor for this role. And that's one of the biggest worries I had.
We saw. Okay, so what is your concern? What's your question?
Is the idea of like, you know, grabbing stars that are hot right now? Are they doing that because they're hot right now, or do you think they're going with who's the best actors for these roles?
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna take it back to. Now I don't want to give light to all of these films because some of them could be questionable.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Narnia films,
mm-hmm.
all of the names except for Liam Neeson was pretty
basically
much unknown.
Yeah,
there was nobody. I mean, I'm talking about the Disney one.
Yeah,
because there was one not the ones before
that BBC joint.
They were unknown, but yet they were decent.
They were pretty good. It turned out well.
So I don't know.
So you're saying that you don't know? I would say that they for sure deserve a chance.
Well, I see, because the first one, these characters, every character in the movie is almost like a definitive version of the character. Batista plays Raban beautifully. Skarsgård plays Harkonnen, amazing. As the characters are in the first movie, they do a really good job of playing those characters. So I can definitely see these new actors coming in and playing the characters well.
Yeah.
It's this kind of like big star, casting a big star who's really hot right now in these roles that I don't know why it irks me a little bit.
No, I understand. But I also, it's something I've been thinking about is big names are big names for a reason. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they are good at acting.
Yeah, but you know,
Idris Elba's or they just have one IP.
Idris Elba's good. Lupita's good.
That is true. But I think we need to. They are good at acting. I just think most actors are bogged down by this. You know, I don't want to say something politically incorrect so that I can be. You know, I don't want to be disowned for the next film or this or that. But they're big names for a reason.
They're good.
Okay, I have my own thoughts though. For the most part, actors will do whatever you ask them to. They just happen to be the face of the industry, which doesn't mean they are the face of these movements either. Most of the time, they're just talented people who can rise to the occasion for most roles you put in front of them. Honestly,
yeah. I agree with John Mark in that, you know, the casting could have been, you know, more diverse. In this situation, it would have worked beautifully because this is a futuristic sci-fi world, you know?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, honestly, who you replace. You know, it shows like certain families.
Yeah.
Right? And if the Atreides are very clearly descended from like European, you could have done the royal family is descended from African, and it would have looked right, it would have felt right. And there's it would have been such good like who'd you say? Idris Elba?
Yeah.
Give me some Idris Elba.
Did you watch Beast yet?
I haven't. But I like Idris Elba.
Wait, he's great in Catch Me If You Can.
Or the guy who plays Corlys Velaryon.
Idris Elba is in Catch Me If You Can?
No, who am I? I'm thinking of
Chris Walken.
Chris Walken.
Yeah,
we're talking about Idris Elba, my dude.
I don't know why.
The guy who plays Corlys Velaryon. Another guy, tall, big, deep voice, got that emperor presence.
But is he very well known outside of House of the Dragons?
But he's a good actor.
He is good.